Other interesting business news, you have UPS about to give drivers $170,000 in benefits between pay and all the healthcare and all those other things. And now, the ripple effect always exists. The folks at UPS IT department, they want to raise as well, which again, good old inflation is rearing its ugly head, because this is perhaps most accurately known with the McDonald's metaphor, where you increase the price of minimum wage. Well, McDonald's is going to have fewer employees, increase the cost of goods sold, and also just automate stores completely. Now, it looks like this is during an earnings call on Tuesday. You have UPS CEO Carol Tome, and she said by the end of the year, or by the end of its 5-year contract with the Teamsters Union, the average full-time pay of a UPS worker will be about $170,000 annual pay with benefits, including healthcare and pensions. And these comments were made after UPS came to a tentative agreement to head off a potential strike last month with the Teamsters, the union that represents 340,000 UPS delivery drivers and package handlers. Now, granted, this deal has yet to be officially approved by the union members. Now, granted, that being said, if I was in the union, yeah, they're all going to vote for this, because from their perspective, it's going to be phenomenal. The ripple effect be damned. Now, when it comes to the IT department at UPS, which again, this is going to have a huge ripple effect. This is anonymous reviews on similar to Glassdoor.com, but the IT department are posting reviews on UPS. This is profile on these companies' review sites, and they're saying, quote, "This is disappointing. How is it possible that a driver makes much more than an average engineer in research and development?" Unquote. That's very darn true. They also went on to say, "To get a base salary of $170K, you now need to know how to work as hard as an engineer. This sucks." Yeah, it's one of those things where, imagine going to college to get an engineering degree, spending, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, when at the end of the day, you could have went and became a driver. Now, I'm not saying being a driver is easy. For many years, they didn't even have air conditioning. They're long hours. You have to wear those silly-looking shorts, and it's physically demanding. I mean, very few jobs in the private sector are easy, with the exception of unionized jobs in many cases. But this is going to have it's one of those things where the company is almost like a hostage, because if they have a strike, it is one of the largest parcel carriers in the world, including the United States. So just one day of them not working, that'd have a huge disruption in services. And all the customers, they'd be all pissed as well. Now, granted, they probably would be more prudent to look in the situation and go, if we approve this, how much is this going to cost to ship a parcel? This is also going to hurt a lot of independent business owners, because most of the stores, when you go to the UPS store, it's a franchise model. So all of their costs are going to go up as well. So it's going to disincentivize people to ship. People are going to ship fewer items just inherently as the cost goes up exponentially. And I can't help but wonder how close are they trying to put. If their engineering department isn't trying like hell to automate most of these tasks, they are now. Because again, $170,000, that's an astronomical number. And again, these companies are starting to compete with Amazon. You're seeing this, the automotive industry is competing with the Teslas of the world. If the CEO, my 3 cents, it used to be 2 cents, but for your hyperinflation, gotta make it 3 cents. I should be charged 4, but I'm a generous man. I'll just do just 3 cents today. When it comes to my 3 cents, what the CEO of UPS should be doing is, again, ideally not have a union, because it's kind of like a divorce lawyer. Once you get a union, third party involved, like a union president, it's almost always negative, coercive, and I've never seen it improve the quality of a product or an environment or an ecosystem relations with the corporate office. But if I was the CEO of UPS, I would just be frank with the Teamsters or the union and say, here's the situation. We're competing with Amazon. Amazon is getting their own corporate jets for flying packages. They're getting their own corporate fleets with all their parcels delivering. There's a pseudo-frenemy relationship, because yes, UPS does a lot of deliveries for Amazon.com, but look at Amazon's 5 or 10 year plan. They're building out their whole ecosystem. They're frenemies today, they'll be enemies tomorrow. And it's one of those things where you gotta start thinking, all the profits they're making now with UPS, they need to be reinvesting that into how to compete and eventually beat Amazon. Or are they just hoping they might get bought out by Amazon? It's one of those very precarious situations where it sounds good, but already every cost is going to go up with this agreement. And I don't think a lot of people are thinking about the ripple effect of how this is going to affect not just all the salaries of all the UPS employees and all the departments who, if you have someone in accounting who's making $95,000, they're just going to quit and they'll become a driver. It's going to have huge ramifications, and I'd be darn concerned if I was a shareholder. But thankfully, I'm not. I just reinvest in my own company. But I digress. We will see where they go from here. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and subscribe and comment. The comments help the channel grow and develop, and greatly appreciate them. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.